Hi friends, Christine here with a quick little simple idea for using covered paper clips as your advent calendar. So there's this one set already made and I believe uploaded with numbers on it, goes through the whole month, and you just make them up as you would, you know how quickly they go together, and then use them to close up your little goodie bags. And you can have them on a table or your mantle or however you like. You could decorate the bags, or maybe it's something you could do with your kids. Another idea I had, and it's something I'm planning on doing at my own house, is using them as magnets. So instead of making them up as paper clips, I've made them up as magnets. And here I'm holding a Christmas card. I still get some, thankfully. I love Christmas cards. And here just holding a little note or a business card size tag. And this one has a little bag. Here we have a little ugly sweater version. And a little, this could say on the inside, I'll wash your car, or I'll make your favorite meal, or a 20-minute foot rub, whatever. That's what you could do. Put little goodie coupons in there, little love coupons. And then the idea I had this year, that what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to take these off for a second, is I'm going to, here's one made with a stamp, I'm going to line them up. So I'm going to have all of my numbers, however they go, on my refrigerator. And then each day, I or the husband alternately will have to add something. So instead of taking something away or getting something, we have to give something. We have to put something back. So that by the end of the season, we will have all of these little notes that might say our first date. Or it could say Denise's shoes, which would make my husband crack up. Or it could say the color of your eyes is the most beautiful blue I've ever seen. Anything, just whatever is important and meaningful to you. And then we could just keep adding them so that by the end of the season, instead of being empty, it will be full. And that's my goal. And the husband doesn't know it yet, and I'm sure it's going to take a little convincing for him to do it, but I think I could get him to go for it. And with the kids, if you got kids, it could be like little notes or pictures from them. You could actually insert little pictures into here. You know, again, it's whatever you want to do, but I'm going to show you how to make them. It's really easy. Oh, on the back, here are some I already had on my refrigerator. A dog one, a bee. This one has the surface that you can erase on it, so I can actually write on here and then erase that. My last initial, here's an owl. So that's what we're doing, and I hope it's a good idea that you can use and even expand upon and have some fun with. So 'tis the season. So making magnet clips is as easy as making paper clips, the traditional style. There is essentially exactly the same. Well, I shouldn't say exactly. There's one minor difference. When we go to score each of these folds, we won't score this mountain fold, and I will show you why. So we're just going to score as we would. I'm using the back of the knife because I'm using thin enough paper, which is HP Premium 32, which you've all heard me use before. And I'm just going to score the 3 first folds from the right. All right, and then we trim to this line, just as we would making regular clips. And we trim to the artwork, like so. All right, and then we just do our folds. So our first is a mountain fold, and then a valley fold, and then another mountain fold. I can just feel where they are, so they sort of fall into place. That one has decided to be a little wonky, but okay. There we go. And now this is where it's different. If it was just a regular size paper clip we were making, like so, this is an ugly sweater paper clip, we would fold on that line, but we're not. We're making a tab style, a little bit bigger. So So I'm just going to pop in and mention that you don't need to make tabbed version paper clips like I'm making here. You can make the regular smaller size, score on all the fold lines, and trim off the excess. You know, make the fold and then trim off the excess. I'm doing this version because it suits my needs for my project. Just wanted to say that. Now let's get back to work. And so we're instead taking this edge and matching it to that edge. And then we fold. All right, so now this is how I do it, and I will show you the difference. Let me trim, just like usual. Nothing new here. And I'm just kind of winging it. They don't need to be all the same size. So there we go. And I'll just pick one. I'll pick the 10th. I'll pick the 12th. I have a friend whose birthday is on the 12th. I'm going to round the corners. Okay. And I, of course, would also ink because I like that aged accented edge. You don't have to. So here is our paper clip, or the beginnings of it. And now we need some magnets. So the magnets we're going to use, I will put a link to these. These are pretty skinny little guys. You can see I'm going to use 3 of them for the product. Oops, for the actual project. And then I use another one to help keep one in place. So basically we know that we want a magnet on this flap. All right, so I'm going to open it up. I'm going to put one magnet there on the table. And I'm going to put a magnet here, oops, about where I think I want it. Doesn't matter, we can move it. And see how they just find each other like that? That one just snapped right up. And then I'm going to put it about where I want it. Great. So then we know we need a magnet on this side for it to snap to. So we can just close it up, keeping now the back open, and put a magnet there. And that's all we have to do. Then we glue. So now I'm going to go around this magnet and close up this inner back flap. So now that magnet is secured in there, and it's still aligned with this magnet. So now I can take this magnet off because the back magnet is keeping the front magnet where it needs to be. And now we can glue this side. Now, here's the difference, and you've got to decide. When I make these for the refrigerator, all right, we can close this up, I put an additional magnet here, like so. Whoops, oh, little feisty guy. I usually put it about there. Somewhere right up near the top, not at the seam, but very close. So I do that just for added stability. So here you can see this guy has 3 magnets in it. Skinny one here, and one here. You don't have to. You can just glue it shut and it will be strong enough for most things. I don't know what I'm going to be putting on it all the time, so it might be a heavier card. I mean, it might be something like this I want to stick on my refrigerator. It's pretty big. It might be anything. So I'm going to put another magnet here. You don't have to. You have to figure out what your needs are, you know, for what you're making and what you hope to hang. So again, we put enough glue just so that it doesn't go anywhere. And we just close it. And that, my friends, is all there is to it. So the other thing to mention is you could do this with smaller paper clips. I'm using the tabbed version because that gives me enough room for my extra magnet, and it also gives me a little bit more space on the when it's on the refrigerator. But you could just use regular size paper clips as well. I have even done it using tiny. I use this to hold things to the refrigerator. It's not as strong. It's using like tiny microscopic magnets. But there are a lot of different things you can do is really what I'm getting at. So go create, be awesome.